And radio. It's all right here. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Who wants coffee? Anybody wants coffee?
Thom, can you get me a dog roll type scene?
The tire's tired.
He ain't good looking, but he sure ain't shy. He's a northern-bred, southern-fed, slick-talking guy. Listeners in his posse are the junkyard dogs. The SEC from Tennessee to calling them hogs. From Gainesville up to Lexington to the Tide and Tiger Land, nobody does it like Thom Abraham.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Testosterone high today.
Yeah, Tom's a man, he's got the plan, he's really got it made. What a wife he's got, she's smoking hot, check out the junkyard babe. When everything is said and done, no one can beat his show. He's a high-tech redneck, Tony Soprano. If you love sports without the fluff, he's got the master plan. 'Cause nobody does it like Thom Abraham, yeah.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Football Friday in the Doghouse. Football Friday means football music, football music. Greatest single piece of football music ever recorded, right there, baby. Party like it's college football season. By the way, that's the original Monday Night Football music. Not the stuff they use now. This is 1970, baby. I mean, who plays the organ like that, right? Where do you hear anybody playing that kind of an order? Give me a little guitar here. Give me a little Jimi Hendrix. That's just so funky, man. Of course, not only do we have football music throughout the show today, but the BetUS.com Friday trifecta. And I now can announce, look, we got an announcement. I now can announce, just confirmed this morning, I now can announce that our grand prize, once again, will be the complete VIP package. That's right, I said it, the complete VIP package. Yeah. To the 25th annual TransPerfect Music City Bowl, pitting the Big Ten against the SEC on New Year's Eve at 11 o'clock in Nashville. So plenty of time. Either you stay in Nashville for an unbelievable New Year's Eve experience, or you got plenty of time to get back. Game is over by 3. You got time to get back to the Valley and take in whatever it is that you want to take in. So there you go. That is your grand trifecta. Grand prize is it'll be the VIP package, complete with parking and the pregame meal and all that other kind of stuff, club level seating, all that at the TransPerfect Music City Bowl. And it's the 25th anniversary, and it'll be the Big Ten against the SEC. And so that'll be great stuff. And throughout the season in the BetUS.com Beat the Big Dog on Thursdays, if you do beat me, you will win tickets to the game as well, just regular tickets to the game. And I'm in a little trouble. I lost my first game. I had Purdue, and I had 3.5 points. 3.5 points! I had 3.5 points, and sooner Rick got me by the hook. He got me by the hook in that deal. More on that in a moment. So this is how the Friday Trifecta works for those of you new to the show, and we appreciate all of you new to the show. The vets know, the legends know, but those of you that are new, each week I give you 4 games to pick, 3 for the trifecta, okay? And then I give you a tiebreaker pick for a bonus point. So in other words, every trifecta you hit, even if you don't win the prize that week, every time you hit a trifecta, you pick up a point on the grand trifecta big board. And then as the season goes on, I have all kinds of different bonus packages as well and bonus picks. But right now you're getting a point for just getting 3 right. If you get, and you got to be the first 3 right. That's the trifecta. The trifecta is the first 3 picks. And then I have a bonus pick. If you add the bonus pick, it's for the tiebreaker to see who wins the food at Champy's Chicken. That's right, a $25 gift certificate to Champy's Chicken. That's 2 people for lunch, basically, at Champy's Chicken. All right, so you get that every week we're giving somebody Champy's Chicken. Okay, but you also get a bonus pick when you get that 4th pick right. If we have just a bunch of people who get 3 and nobody gets the tiebreaker, then the Champy's Chicken carries over to the next week, and you're playing for $50 or $75 or $100. All you know is we're giving it all away. So this is really good stuff. And it all goes towards the grand prize for the season's best handicapper, which is the TransPerfect Music City Bowl. So there's 2 ways for you to win. Weekly, and then the grand prize. You might not win any week, but you add up so many points throughout the year that you win the grand trifecta. It could work out that way. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Get on the horn behind the Wolverine Den, because we are wide open for the first hour. This is the way I'm going to do it. Remember before I was experimenting with Open Lines Friday and all that other kind of stuff? I put our interviews in the second hour. I'm going open lines for the entire first hour of the show. So get your butt on the line right now at 256-576-4977, because the only way you can get into this thing, even though it's out there on all the social media stuff, the only way you can get into this thing is by calling the show or hitting the text window. So your phone number, 256-576-4977. You can text the show and text me your picks, 7329-TA show, 732-982-7469. And what's always great about the early season Friday Trifecta is we hear from all kinds of people we haven't heard from all summer long. I love it. We'll hear from Kenny in Huntsville, or we'll hear from these guys. They've been listening. They just haven't had nothing to call about. And then they're ready to call. All right, you want to know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is right now. All right? You want to know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is right now, because it's already been posted out there. We got the Oregon Ducks getting 17.5 in Atlanta against Georgia.
They want to spread you out and still pound you.
Also getting 17.5. No, not Buckhorn. That's Notre Dame. They use Buckhorn's fight song. Notre Dame gets 17.5 at Ohio State.
You know what? I hate to do this, but I'll take the Suckeyes.
In our third game of the trifecta.
What is a Ute?
The Utes.
What is a Ute?
Of Utah are minus 2.5. Minus 2.5. In other words, they're 2.5-point favorite. You get points at home. Minus 2.5 at Tebow's statue.
It's Tebow time. Let's get going.
We can't just wait for the opportunities. We got to do it
Now. And your bonus pick, Florida State.
If we're going to do it then, we do it big then.
Yeah, you do big. We're going to do it big then. In New Orleans, getting 3.5 against LSU. Who's harder to understand?
If we're going to do it then, we do it big then.
I don't know. So you call in 256-576-4977. Text the show, 7329-TA show, 732-982-7469. Get your picks in that way as well. My Twitter feed is at Thom Abraham Show. The station's feed is at 97.7 ESPN. The image and the numbers and everything for the BetUS.com Friday Trifecta are up right there. So you can go check that. You can watch the show on the Facebook and the Twitter at 97.7 ESPN. You can watch it on WZZN TV on Twitch and YouTube. Follow on the Twitch. Subscribe on the YouTube, will you? Get links to all of that stuff at 977ESPN.com. While you're at it, get the app for the Zone, get the app for the Blitz. What did Honcho say on the Blitz, on the afternoon Blitz? They're going to have R.J. White I think, helping them out. That's a good job by them. At the Zone app, you find a link to Zone 2 and Zone 3 and Zone 4. Our alternate streaming channels for more great programming. No, there's no Blitz 2, Blitz 3, Blitz 4. Good God. We got enough stuff going on. Coming up tonight, region play getting underway. Buckhorn at Gatson City. On the air and on our primary stream. Madison Academy at Pennington in Blountsville. Steve's got that game on Zone 2. Randolph has JP2 at home on Zone 3 with Austin Coletti and Drew DeArmond. Is Glenn going with Steve down to Pennington, do you think? Does Glenn go on the road games? I don't know. I'll have John McGough with me at Buckhorn. Looking forward to a beautiful drive to Gatson City. I mean, from Winchester, Tennessee to going down to Gadsden is absolutely gorgeous. Going to go down there, through Gunnersville, up and over the lake, up and over that hill, down into Arad, Albertville, whatever that is over there. Nice run. Looking forward to that ride. The only problem with that is I'll have Magoo in the truck with me. Oh, God. I'm breaking into a sweat. I'm having flashbacks to trips that John Boy and I used to make back in the day. We'd go to Tuscaloosa. We'd go to Knoxville. Oh, God. Breaking into a sweat just thinking about being in a truck with him for 3 hours. North Alabama High School Scoreboard Show will begin on the Blitz at 8:30 and will be on the air on all our streams after the Buckhorn game. The Scoreboard Show is going to be huge tonight with some other great games in the area, including the Madison Bowl, where James Clemens has won 4 straight in that deal after losing the first 6 of them. Plus a good old city rivalry with Huntsville and Grissom tangling. Does that have a name? Is that Grizz's jersey? Oh, Grizz is wearing a Baker Mayfield jersey. I wonder if is that a Brian Hoyer jersey? I wonder if that's Grizz's jersey. It says Gwathney on it. Is that his brother's jersey? No, that's not his brother's jersey. I think Grizz has got his. Grizz can wear his jersey. I couldn't wear my high school football jersey. I was 192 pounds. I'm 60 pounds from there. I could never wear mine. Battle of the Parkway? Is that what they call it? Really? Is it the Battle of the Parkway? Or is it the fight on the short bus? What do they call that thing? Huntsville and Grissom. Grissom trying to bounce back when they lost to Hazel Green. Speaking of Hazel Green, how about last night in 6A Region 8 action? Buckhorn's region. Hazel Green got their second win of the season, 25-6 over Lee. Lee scored first, and then the Trojans took it from there with 25 straight points. Buckhorn will be at Hazel Green next week for the Cotton. Is it the Cotton Classic? Yeah. It's the Cotton Classic. It's Cotton Classic, Buckhorn and Hazel Green. Are they going to change it to the Subdivision Classic at some particular point in time? Like every cotton field is now a subdivision. At some particular point in time, that'll be the Subdivision Classic. The Cotton Classic next week. Remember, Hazel Green lost week 1 to Sparkman 77-9. Something had to be up for that, right? I mean, what, did they have the whole varsity suspended or something? What happened? Because the next week they shut out Grissom 23-0. Last night they went 25-6. The heck's going on at Hazel Green? Get to go out there next week. All right, we got the wide open first hour for you to wear out the Friday trifecta. At the top of the 11, Alan Bell from CBS Sportsline is back with his thoughts on the weekend. Then Lee Sterling of ParamountSports.com with picks on all of our games and more. I got some Nick Saban sound from last night's show, which is precious. All kinds of good stuff. Let me get DJ Grizzy Grizz in here. He's in that glass room with that slanted ceiling. He's playing the Platters That Matter in a Stacks of Wax, and he's living large on a Friday.
Who in the blue hell are you?
I'm the producer of the show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put the thing together on a stick and polish.
Brilliant!
I've got $100 smoking in my billfold. I know I ought to save it, but it's burning a hole right through my pocket and into my skin. Come Monday morning.
touchdown.
It's like taking poison, like rat poison.
Oh, we heard that last night,
It's
didn't
not
we?
St. Patty's Day, so that's a different day entirely.
No, different day. I suppose I got to get that out of there, I guess. Grizz, is that your jersey?
Yeah. This is this is my jersey.
Those of you who are watching
from
on
sophomore to senior year.
WZZN TV, Grizz is wearing his Grissom football jersey.
It didn't make sense for me to be on the football team then. Now it does because I actually can fill it out. Before it was kind of.
So you didn't have the shoulder sleeve stripes back when you played?
Yeah. No, not stripes.
No, the
but
big
they
ones.
had
The big ones up here. You got the cuff. That's the cuff
cuffs.
sleeve.
Yeah.
Now, you had the same uniform for 3 years?
Yeah, we had the brown from. Well, we had the brown for a while. I just was able to
same exact. You didn't get new jerseys every year?
The only new jersey we ever got was a white jersey that looked just like the Browns. It was white with the it actually had the stripes on the
Nice.
shoulders.
But they wore the brown with the stripes because I saw a picture of that at some point in time. Remember in the old studio we had a picture of Grissom with the brown jersey with the stripes. That's a good looking jersey, but with the orange, number.
Oh, I miss this. I miss the orange or the brown with the orange numbers and the white lettering.
Now, did you have the striping on the helmet? Did you have the brown stripe, the white with the two brown stripes on the orange helmet?
It was orange with the brown and down the middle. Yeah, and then we had the Georgia G's. Coach
you had the
Coach
Georgia
Dutton,
G, you didn't have the paw.
I keep talking about it every time I see him, but Coach Dutton, I mean, on all of the coaches' shirts,
they got
the Georgia G or the Grambling G. I guess they're just gonna keep it from that. I mean, it's money.
It's a Green Bay Packers G, actually.
Green Bay Packers G.
Packers G.
But yeah, they have the Clemson paw. I guess they're just keeping that for right now. I don't know if that's ever going to change, but I mean, the coaches definitely changed it on their shirts, and it looks nice.
You better watch out when the Captain Cool gets in there. He's able to rip that thing off your back.
Nah, man.
I mean, he'll love that as a Browns jersey. He should wear his Baker Mayfield 6 Browns jersey in it, and then you guys could be like
put tape over it that says Mayfield on the back.
Put Hoyer on there when Brian Hoyer wore number 6 for the Browns. He couldn't wear his high school uniform, his high school jersey, because it's in a shadow box. His is in a shadow box.
I wasn't good enough for one of those.
He's got a shadow box, and he's got his gloves that formed a Tennessee State flag on him. I should take that. You know what I do? Maybe I'll show that. He should do show and tell. He could bring his in. And what about Honcho's jersey? His Grissom jersey. Does he? There's no way it would fit
I didn't ask him when he was here. I don't know if he has his or not.
Where's his
we were all
Grissom
given
jersey?
ours when we were seniors.
Yeah, but he was good. His team was good.
His team was good.
They were very good then, and so they should have given him their jerseys. You know what else was very good? That backyard brawl, man, last night. I mean, it was just absolutely glorious. It needs to be a permanent game no matter what. Now, it's on the schedule for the next 3 years. Then there's a 3-year gap. Then it's on for 3 more years. Get rid of the gap. Close the gap. I mean, Pick got the win on an improbable pick 6 last night.
Yeah, off a deflection.
Daniels going to throw on first down. Goes to the sidelines. Has a man.
And that Devonshire kid, he has got, he's got sprinter speed. He's a track guy. And didn't he look like he got shot out of, he was like a grape coming out of a seed.
Cut through, yeah.
I mean, he took, and JT Daniels was just snake bit. That kid Zero was pretty good, that receiver. He did a lot. They were singing his praises. And it was a perfect pass from JT Daniels. Some guys are just snake bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're just absolutely snake bit. And then, how about the Purdue-Penn State game? I mean, that was absolutely nuts. Back and forth. And then with less than a minute to go, Penn State scores. And Gus Johnson, he reverts to a 16-year-old schoolgirl.
Clifford sprints out, lofts it up, touchdown, Pitts!
He did it!
Unbelievable! Kevon Clifford sprints out, lofts it up, touchdown, Pitts!
It always wants to stop there. I don't know why.
Unbelievable!
I mean,
he sounded like he was getting like he was getting murdered.
My God!
Like somebody was messing with him. He was calling out for help.
He was so cool throughout the game, and then all of a sudden, let's see if this one plays it full.
Clifford sprints out, lofts it up, touchdown,
Touchdown, Penn State!
That needs to be my new Penn State cut, maybe for
Touchdown, Penn State!
That is awful.
That is unbelievable.
It gets us talking about it. That's amazing.
Gus Johnson, there's actually a poll out there right now that was asked by the folks at Barrett Sports Media. Who is the best college play-by-play team? Gus Johnson and Joe Klatt, Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson, Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit. Those were the three. It's not a poll. It's actually an article that they wrote. To me, I might go with Blackledge and what's his name there? Dunaway there.
Not
Dunaway. Not Jim Dunaway. McDonough.
Yeah, McDonough.
Sean McDonough and Todd Blackledge should be on this list. Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, Gus Johnson, and Joe Klatt, Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson. I would go Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson, Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit, Gus Johnson and Joe Klatt on this list. But I would tend to go more. I'd have to have Sean McDonough on the list with me, along with the Todd Blackledge. Let me get Wolverine down here. Hal, you come back right after the top of the hour. We'll get you in. I promise. It's the monologue. What can I tell you? The monologue. Sometimes the monologue takes a minute, but we're wide open all the way to the top of the hour. Wolverine Dan, what's going on?
What's up, brother?
You are. It's Football Friday, man. It's the greatest day of the year.
Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, I just got done loading up 60 yards, 60 squares Bermuda sod, brother.
The heck's that got to do with Football Friday? Oh, you're finally cleaning up that backyard?
What to do with it?
I thought you weren't going to do that.
Watch football.
I thought you were going to let the backyard go. I thought you said, I'm going to just leave it like that and let it go. So now you're sodding it?
Hell no. I can't do that. You know that. I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah, but you said, when I was there, you said, I'm just going to leave this like this. It was thin. It was patchy.
I got to look good, brother.
All right, water it.
But, hey, I'll tell you what I do know is that last night, usually when the stumbling, bumbling bozo fool himself that spews hate all the time and doesn't unite nothing but a flea on your back or in your dog's back, bottom line, you know what I'm talking about. I had that choice between that.
No idea what you're talking about.
I had a choice between that and then guess what? Penn State, Purdue. Thank you, Tom. I want your listeners to understand something. This is what awesome go-to. Tom, I finally get to watch football again, college football that I love, and it was one heck of a game, Tom, and I'm telling you, what an alternative compared to listening to the stumbling, bumbling fool.
What? Who's the stumbling, bumbling fool? You're throwing me off. Who?
Stumbling, bumbling fool.
Stumbling, bumbling.
Your president, brother.
Oh, was he on last night? I don't even know.
Yeah.
What was he doing last night? Why was he on?
Spewing hate.
Oh, okay. I'm not even paying attention to politics right now. I'm so fed up with politics. I'm just waiting for November. I'm not even paying. Okay. But that game last night.
Touchdown, Penn State!
That was incredible.
Yeah, that was a great start to college football.
It was. I'm like, stop! You're gonna kill me, college football. I'm like, last night at midnight. I'm like, stop! You're killing me. And hey, Tennessee fan, sit down, okay? Ball State. Just sit down, Tennessee fan. It was Ball State. Let me see you do that against Pitt. Now, Pitt's, yeah, I'm reserving judgment.
So you're talking the big dog Bama is what you're doing. Do the Bama thing.
Well, no, I'm just saying, just let me see this against.
Brother.
Yeah, let me see this against Pitt. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
All right, make your picks.
All right, ready? Here we go.
Oregon plus 17.5 in Atlanta against Georgia.
Oh, I'll take Oregon. Gee, that's a lot of points.
Notre Dame plus 17.5 against your Buckeyes.
You know what? I'm not a domer, but I'll take it. There's a lot of points.
All right.
Worst song ever.
But that's the Buckhorn fight song. Stop it. Utah is minus 2.5 at Florida.
I got to take the Gators.
It's TiVo time. Let's get going.
And in our bonus tiebreaker, Florida State plus 3.5 against the LSU Tigers, and that will be in New Orleans.
You got to take the Gator. No, wait a minute now. Yeah, go and take those Raging Cajuns.
The Raging Cajuns. All right, you got them.
LSU. Hey, listen, Todd.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the inaugural day where I'm watching the Michigan Wolverines in my carport with my son.
Not today. Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I said. Tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you said today.
No.
Okay.
Anyway. All right, brother.
Good enough.
See ya.
I'll get a break in here. It's like NPR radio now. All right, I want phone lines when we come back. 256-576-4977. That will get you into the show, and you can make your picks after an exciting first night of college football.
Touchdown, Penn State!
You can get in and make your picks for this weekend's Friday Trifecta here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
It's been said that there are three things in life that are certain: death, taxes, and car commercials. But actually, there's a fourth certainty: the Woody Anderson Ford Rate Lock, that allows you to lock in a finance rate when you factory order a 2023 F-150, Explorer, or Bronco Sport. No more rolling the dice on a future finance rate. Lock it in as low as 2.9% APR for up to 60 months at Woody Anderson Ford today. And while we're featuring 23 F-150, Explorer, and Bronco Sport, this rate lock offer also includes 2023 models of Ranger, Edge, Maverick Gas, and Transit Connect. With approved credit, offer ends 9/5. It's the Summer Supercharged Sales Event at Woody Anderson Ford. And with your trade being worth as much as 30% more than last year, it's a great time to make your move. Oh, and check our Ford Gold certified vehicles too. Low mileage, great warranty, and a full tank of gas and fresh oil change. Swing by today. The Summer Supercharged Sales Event, Woody Anderson Ford.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here. If you know me, you know I've been around a whole lot of championship teams. Well, there's one championship team in North Alabama I want to make sure you know about. The trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems. Rick Smith and his team provide the best in air conditioning solutions, so even on the hottest days, you'll be cool. Give Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and see how cool you can be. Environmental Comfort Systems. Alabama license number 92314.
What's better than Valley Equipment Rental? Two Valley Equipment Rentals, and that's just what we have now. The original on the South Memorial Parkway between Drake and Airport Road, and their second location on North Memorial Parkway just north of Winchester Road. Valley Equipment is locally owned and has more skid steers, excavators, and lifts than anyone in the area, plus all the small tools that you need to get the job done like a pro. And if you are a pro, you need to check out the new North location now because Valley Equipment has what you need. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com. Your favorite sports book, BetUS.com, is back for their 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers their members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite leagues, including college football and the NFL. They've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest European slots, and their live dealers are waiting for you at the tables. Sign up at BetUS.com and use the promo code WZZN. That's BetUS.
All your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the tables. Sign up at BetUS.com or call 1-800-99-BET-US and get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.
Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options, from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3, 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky this afternoon. Still, temperatures should climb into the upper 80s. Some of us could even see the lower 90s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible through the heart of the afternoon, early into the evening. A couple of football games could get wet, maybe even have the occasional lightning delay. Temperatures drop into the upper 60s and lower 70s as we head into the overnight. Unfortunately, we're going to maintain a decently healthy opportunity, not for scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into the holiday weekend. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Listen to Buckhorn High School football all season long
Landrum down near the goal line, and he's in for the Bucks touchdown.
on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
So fired up, I'm like hyperventilating. This segment of the show is brought to you by Valley Equipment Rental. With 2 locations now to get it done for you, it's Valley Equipment Rental. Hey, listen to me. I'm like Gus Johnson over here. I'm hyperventilating. Go for 2 locations. Valley Equipment Rental. And the north location, the new location, is spectacular. I mean, I've always liked the south location, on the South Parkway by Drake. That was always, I mean, it was amazing. It is amazing. Great showroom in there, great people. But they got just too big for that. And so now they needed an additional location. This is 2 locations now. Who knows? Someday there might be 3 locations. But right now there's 2 locations. And with the holiday weekend coming up, I mean, you get a chance to pick up your equipment tonight after 2 o'clock or tomorrow morning first thing. You got it all the way till Tuesday. 2 locations on Tuesday. 2. I think you got to return it to where you got it. I should ask Ross that sometime. I think if you pick it up at north or south, you got to return it to north or south. I think. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. All right. We've got your BetUS.com Friday trifecta rolling, and we're wide open to the top of the hour. So I'm going to bang some picks now, because coming up in hour number 2, Alan Bell and Lee Sterling, and one more time, we'll get the phone lines opened up. And I got other stuff I want to get to at some particular point in time, but I promised you that I would go to the lines, and so I'm going to the lines now. And we start with Sooner Rick, who's already up on me 1-0 in Beat the Big Dog from yesterday. And when I look at that, Rick, that means there's only 1 game left that we differ on. Now, it's not tie the Big Dog, it's beat the Big Dog. So we got 1 game left. They were on opposite sides. I need Georgia. You need Oregon. If Georgia wins that game, we're the same on all the other games, so you'll have tied me. But it all comes down to that. But you're up 1 game already. Sooner, Rick.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But last night I didn't actually see the end of that Penn State game, and so I sent you that email, and I went to bed. I play on a senior league softball team, and so I didn't get home to watch the games in time, and by the time I got home I was pretty tired, but when I went to bed that team was ahead, and I was like, oh heck, I'm gonna lose.
Oh, so you missed touchdown Penn State. You missed the end of the game, so I helped you out there.
I did. Yeah. But I saw your email this morning, and then I did rewind it, and I saw it. I had it recorded. I was like, wow, I can't believe that. It was crazy.
All right, let me tell you about you talking about your thing. I'll tell you about my whacked out night. My grandkid, my second oldest grandson was playing ball last night in his little 7-year-old baseball league in Tullahoma, and his game was at 5. So I set both games to record. We went to his game. I got home just when the brawl was starting. No, I got home just when the Penn State Purdue game was starting. I watched the Penn State Purdue game most of the first half, going back and forth between that and the recorded. I had it recorded and delayed on the backyard brawl. Then I went to bed. My wife was doing her Bible study thing in the bed. She's sitting in bed. So I watched another about an hour of both games going back and forth while she did her Bible study. Then at about 9 o'clock, she stopped. I paused both games. We watched an episode of Downton Abbey. And then when that was over, she put her head down on my shoulder and fell asleep. And I watched both games going back and forth until midnight, and both recorded. And I watched both games. It took me till midnight, and I was exhausted no, not exhausted because I was tired because it was midnight. I was exhausted because the games were so exhilarating. So that's the commitment I got to that stuff. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was crazy. Well, hey, I did want to ask,
yeah.
I know you said that everybody else can chime in at the top of the hour but I didn't know if since I was already in, do I need to call back again?
No, you're in now. Okay. You're in now. So you're ready to make your picks. So, and you don't have to make the same picks that you made yesterday. So, and a lot of, nobody was listening to, not the same people were listening during that yesterday. So we'll start with Oregon getting 17.5 at Georgia. Who do you like?
Well, I picked Oregon, I believe.
You're going to stay with them?
Yeah.
Notre Dame gets 17.5 at Ohio State.
And I believe I picked Notre Dame as well.
Utah is minus 2.5 at Florida. I think you had the Gators.
I picked Florida.
Yeah.
It's Tebow time. Let's get going.
And Florida State plus 3.5 against LSU.
I picked LSU.
All right, you're in. Some guys hedge. Sometimes a guy who plays on Thursday and beat the big dog will come back on Friday and take different picks just to hedge. It wouldn't one or the other. So you're all in.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
Sooner Rick.
Cool.
All right,
buddy. Take care.
All right, thanks. Bye. We told you we love first-timers. Sooner Rick was a first-timer yesterday, or was it yesterday? I think yesterday. Woo! He was a first-timer. Now Bird gets in for the first time. Woo! Bird, welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, been good, man. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Does this bird represent the eagle for War Eagle, or is this bird for a free bird, or what is this bird? What are we talking about?
Oh, I just got a nickname in high school.
All right.
Bird is from high school, but anyway, I'm from Tennessee.
So you
Tennessee, right up above your place.
So you pull for them balls, and you pull for them Tennessee balls.
Absolutely.
So next week we'll learn something about them next week. I don't think we learned anything last night. I think we learned something about them next week.
No, they pulled everybody in the second half. So.
What part of Tennessee are you from?
Huntland, Tennessee.
Huntland?
Yeah, Huntland.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I drive through Huntland. Every whenever I come down to Huntsville. I go through Huntland from Winchester through Huntland and come in the back door like that. We'll be doing that in about 3 hours. All right, Oregon gets 17.5 at Georgia. What do you think?
I like Georgia.
They want to spread you out and still pound you.
Notre Dame gets 17.5 at Ohio State.
Well, my wife's an Ohio State fan, so I'm going to take Ohio State.
You know what? I hate to do this, but I'll take the Suckeyes.
Utah is minus 2.5 at Florida.
I hate me some Gators. I'm going to go Utah.
What is a Ute?
And Florida State gets 3.5 against LSU in New Orleans.
I like LSU.
All right, Bird, we got you in.
I appreciate you.
The Phillip is up next. I think he's a Virginia Tech fan. I think. Phillip, welcome in. How are you?
I'm all right, Tom.
Okay.
Other than I turned on NFL Live on ESPN this morning, and it's being run by 3 women.
Yes.
Sorry, I got to get off the thing. Woo! The network,
yes, you need to get off.
Come on, Tom.
You need to get off the women.
Network and let's put ESPN out of business.
We're gonna have a new station. It'll be ESPN to women, and it's just all women all the time.
Can't wait.
There you go. That could happen. Philip, I've been telling you for years, get off the women.
It's despicable. What is happening? Seriously.
Nothing. What's happening is
there's a problem.
No. What's happening is the Friday. What's happening is the Friday trifecta. That's what's happening.
Let's do it.
Oregon gets 17.5 at Georgia.
Got to be a dog.
They want to spread you out and still pound you.
Am I lying? Aren't you a Virginia Tech fan? Is that right? Okay.
Yeah. I'm not all that into college football. Last night I was watching the Mets win the series against the Dodgers again. But
even though Kershaw's...
I'm a Hokie fan.
Kershaw was great, I guess, in that game, but the Mets still won. Notre Dame is getting 17.5 at Ohio State.
I wouldn't pick Notre Dame if they were the last team on earth. I don't know what it is about me that hates them or what it is about them that makes me hate them, but no Notre Dame. Never,
You know
ever,
what?
ever,
I hate
ever,
to do
ever,
this,
ever.
but I'll take the Suckeyes.
So that's not an Ohio State pick. That's an anti-Notre Dame pick. All right. Utah lays 2.5.
Sucked, by the way.
Who what? Who sucks?
Rudy. That movie was terrible.
Oh, it was a wonderful movie. It's not true. I mean, he was offsides, but it was a wonderful movie. All right. Utah is minus 2.5 at Florida.
If you ain't a gator, you gator bait.
It's Tebow time. Let's get going.
And our tiebreaker is Florida State plus 3.5 in New Orleans against LSU.
LSU.
There you go. All right, Philip, have a great weekend.
Hey, Mets will make it a great weekend.
There you go.
You too. Have a
Hey,
great weekend.
well, I don't know, Yankees and the Tampa Yankees had the worst month since ever. But it's Football Friday. Football Friday, we're just banging calls, man. We're just banging calls on the Friday trifecta. We had time to chat. We're banging calls. Crimson Carl is next. Crimson Carl, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
All right, fantastic. See another guy we haven't heard from in a minute, because it's now Football Friday and he's back.
Exactly.
You want to get in?
Yes, sir.
Oregon gets 17.5.
Give me the Bulldogs.
They want to spread you out and still pound you.
Notre Dame gets 17.5.
I'll take the Suckeyes.
You know what? I hate to do this, but I'll take the Suckeyes.
It's just always going to be referred to that as now because of Wolverine Dad. Utah is minus 2.5 at the Gators.
Well, I'm going to be at family's house down there in Florida tomorrow. They're not listening to this, so I'm going to take Utah.
What is a Ute?
Right. Just love playing that cut. And Florida State gets 3.5 at LSU, while in New Orleans against LSU.
I've got no faith in Florida State. Let's go LSU.
Amazing. Everybody is picking LSU. If Florida State's played a game, LSU is a new quarterback, a new coach, a new system, all new staff, and everybody is on LSU. That's interesting. All right, Crimson Carl.
I also would like to say
Yeah.
I would have hit the trifecta this past week, but that Scott Frost onside kick with 11-point lead, what the heck was he thinking?
I don't know what I think he's thinking he wanted to get out of there or something. Maybe he wants to get fired. I don't know. That is, coaches make the decisions in one-run games, in a one-score game, and those are the kind of decisions. Leading by 11 with 9 minutes to go in the third, what are you doing? Just what are you doing?
Right. I mean, just idiotic.
Idiotic. All right. We got you in, Carl.
All right. Thanks.
Grumpy is up. Look at this. We've had a Wolverine fan, a Sooner fan, Bird, we don't know what he pulls for, a Tech fan, an Alabama fan, and an Auburn fan. I love that. I love the diversity in this show today. Grumpy, what's going on?
Hey, not bad. And you're reaching all the way up into Huntland, man.
Well, we're actually, the on-air signal is strong right to the edge of Winchester. I listen to it every day when I go back to Winchester. I listen to it right to the edge of it. It's actually pretty strong up there. It's stronger in that direction than it is in Fayetteville, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you know who I want to hear from today, man? I want to hear from Airstrike. Over.
We should give that guy. What was his name, Grizz? We should call him Airstrike.
No. His name is Airstrike.
What was it? Who was it, Grizz? The guy that called it Over? What was his name? Remember that? We will gloss him Airstrike.
Yeah. Who was that called? That wasn't Crimson Carl, was it?
Over. That was outstanding. Over.
You need a button. You need a button on your board for that guy, or a commercial or something.
That was fantastic. God, I hope he calls again. Yeah. And he says over every time. You have to look, Airstrike, if you're listening, when you call, you have to say over after every statement, though. You have to do that, okay? You got to live up to it now. Over.
Gentlemen, let's get to work. I got to say this. I think I split that
Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet
ticket
your
last
captain,
year with
Captain
Keith, the Wolverine,
Gentlemen,
Keith, the
welcome
Michigan
aboard.
fan.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say that what makes that so wonderful, and it was Tennessee Purdue, man. It was a great game. Is when you show them your tickets when you're going in, they just keep waving you in closer and closer to the stadium. You feel like you're going to park on the sideline. You know what I mean? We parked 300 feet from the stadium. It was all that made it worth it, right? I mean, that was just awesome.
And I don't know, did they have the pregame? Did you have tickets to the pregame? They didn't do it. Yeah, they didn't do it last year.
Yeah, somebody in the team tested positive for COVID or something. I don't know what it was, but that'll be this year, right?
It's supposed to be. I mean, they're sending me the details, but they said yes, we're doing what we've done in the past. So it should be the whole shooting match. Now, I don't know if they're doing the coaches luncheon anymore like they used to. They should, out at Opryland. All right, Oregon gets 17.5 at Georgia.
Oregon.
That hook is going to be dangerous. Notre Dame gets 17.5 at Ohio State.
Notre Dame.
Buckhorn fight song. Utah is minus 2.5 at Florida.
Florida.
It's Tebow time. Let's get going.
And Florida State gets 3.5 in New Orleans against LSU.
Florida State.
If we're going to do it then, we do it big then.
All right, we got you.
That Grissom-Huntsville game needs a better name than the Parkway, whatever. Thanks.
All right. South Park.
Say it was. That's what I've heard people say. I don't know what people call it.
It's not even the Battle of the Parkway. It's like the Battle of the South Parkway. I mean, it's like so specific.
It's Huntsville's, deep oldest rivalry or something like that. The deep Huntsville oldest rivalry.
Deep South's oldest.
Deep South Huntsville's oldest rivalry. They hate each other. Both teams hate each other. They absolutely despise each other. Yes, you should.
Who won? Which one has won the last, at least region title?
Oof. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Have won a region
I can't
title
really remember when neither of us have won the region.
They have.
No, I'm talking about the last. I'd have to go back and look. Yeah.
I can tell you. I'll tell you after the break. Let's get the break, and then we'll come back and wrap up hour number 1 right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Serve under Over in the Air Force? Not directly. Technically, Dunn was under Over, and I was under Dunn.
Flash band the nation, ignite the fun, let's rock it.
Get your weekend started tonight at Toyota Field as the Biloxi Shuckers take on your first place Rocket City Trash Pan. Friday and Saturday nights always close out with the best fireworks show in the Rocket City, and on Sunday, kids run the bases. Get your tickets now at TrashPandasBaseball.com. Trash Pandas Baseball. Have a blast.
Let's rock it.
So the Mayflower's in trouble.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
KFC knows that when it comes to sharing, there's good and there's finger-licking good.
A meal with sides, that's good. 3 equally delicious sides? So even if one kid loves mac and cheese, another only eats mashed potatoes, and the third is basically 90% French fry, there'll still be no complaints besides why bedtime can't be midnight and ice cream isn't a breakfast food. That's finger-licking good.
KFC Sides Lovers Meal. Pick 3 large sides and pair them with 8 crispy tenders or your favorite fried chicken. Order now on the KFC app. Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's finger-licking good.
Prices and product availability may vary.
Hey there, folks. Head fry cook Bob Baumhauer here, and I just want to say thank you for allowing Baumhauer's Victory Grill to serve you for 40 legendary years. When I first delivered Alabama's first taste of buffalo wings back in 1981, people thought I was crazy. For the first few years, I had to give wings away. Imagine that. 40 years later, I'm still proud to serve the great people and visitors of Alabama our famous buffalo wings and much more. Here's to 40 years of legendary fun, legendary food, and many, many more.
As the dog days of summertime ease into, well, halftime and tailgating season, Brooks & Collier's Labor Day sale can bring your outdoor entertaining to life. While most places struggle to have furniture in stock, Brooks & Collier is packed with outdoor patio furniture and grills like the Big Green Egg and Traeger. Buy now and receive deferred interest with Synchrony Bank and 18 months to pay it off. Lucy and Ivy say, nosy on in and make the most of your outdoors. Brooks & Collier, 813 Meridian Street and at brooksandcollier.com.
Deferred interest offer valid 8/31 through 9/6.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Thom Abraham here for my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky this afternoon. Still, temperatures should climb into the upper 80s. Some of us could even see the lower 90s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible through the heart of the afternoon, early into the evening. A couple of football games could get wet, maybe even have the occasional lightning delay. Temperatures drop into the upper 60s and lower 70s as we head into the overnight. Unfortunately, we're going to maintain a decently healthy opportunity for scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into the holiday weekend. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This will turn journalism on its ear.
Watch our stream on WZZN TV on Twitch and YouTube.
But you are the greatest hero in American history.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Segment of the show is brought to you by TOC, Orthopedic Center. Tonight, the After Hours Clinic will be open. Hopefully it's empty, but it will be open tonight. Anybody getting dinged up, you need to be to the After Hours Clinic at the TOC. Go on down there to the pediatric emergency room, and they will take care of you down at the Huntsville Hospital. TOC Sports just taking care of so many of the schools in our area, including Buckhorn now this year, and they do a tremendous job. And it's not just about sports injuries, any kind of injuries. They can take care of you. All right, just to answer your question or our question, 2008, Huntsville High, great Huntsville High team that year that went 3-1 in the playoffs. They lost in the state semifinal that year. That was the last region champion for Huntsville High back when they played 8 regional champion region games. So 2008 for Huntsville, and for Grissom, the last time they were a region champion was 1995. 95.
Kind of weird in all those early 2000s teams.
Never a region champion.
From 99 to 2003 that they never won the region.
Smokey Mike says that his jersey is in a shadow box in his garage next to a Coors Light NFL neon sign. Smokey, we were trying to figure out what years you played there. What years did you play at Grissom? We know you're like 43, 45. I mean, we just look at you. You're in your you might be pushing 50. So let us know what years you played. Christian is up next. Christian, welcome to the show. How are you? Keith, the Michigan fan, is up next. Keith, welcome in. How are you?
Doing all right, big dog. How you doing?
I am fantastic.
Great. It's football season.
It is.
Hey, before I do my pick, I just wanted to say, me and Wolverine Dan, we need to sit down and have a drink, or the next time you have a remote somewhere and he's there, I'm going to make sure I show up so we can have a nice little conversation.
We should
I remember as a kid in elementary school, I think I was 7 or 8 years old, when President Kennedy was assassinated. Now, walking home from school, it was raining and clouds. I mean, it was just a gray sky, dark sky. I thought the whole world was like that because somebody just killed the president.
Yeah.
And, people should think about the hate that's going on, not with other countries, but within. And how did Rome defeat itself? From within.
Right.
But so let me get to my picks.
Yeah, you could disagree on the politics, but not have the hate. I think that's the thing, and that's both sides. That's both sides. I mean, our country is turned, and you know what it is? It's social media. Everybody's gotten so vile because of the social media. All right, quick, give me your pick, quick. Oregon plus 17.5.
I'm taking the Ducks.
All right, Notre Dame plus 17.5.
I'm taking the Golden Domers.
Wow. Utah minus 2.5.
Utah.
And FSU plus 3.5.
Who Florida State playing? Oh,
LSU. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go with LSU because that coach coming from Notre Dame, he's a good coach. He was at Notre Dame for years. Now he's at a school where he can get all the talent, don't have to worry about grades and this and that. So, you know me.
All right, Keith, got you in, man.
All right, thanks.
All right, let's get a break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Steve Merrill. Check that. We'll be joined. Who's at the top of the hour? Oh, Lee Sterling. Lee Sterling is coming up at the top of the hour. My notes are backwards. Lee Sterling coming up at the top of the hour. We'll do that next right here on 97.7 ESPN.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. As top-ranked Alabama gets ready to kick off its season, the Crimson Tide enters as one of the biggest preseason national favorites of the last 2 decades. Bama around plus 180 to win the college football playoff at sportsbooks around the country. Since 2001, only USC in 2005 and Alabama in 2018 had better preseason championship odds. The Tide, a 41-point favorite over visiting Utah State in the season opener tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern on the SEC Network. Huge AL East showdown begins tonight. Yankees-Rays. New York, coming off its worst month in decades, a 10-18 record in August has seen its division lead go from 15.5 games July 8th to currently 6 on Tampa. Another spotlight on Serena Williams tonight. She's back on the court at the U.S. Open facing Ayla Tomljanovic, 7 Eastern on ESPN TV.
Catch the Tide every Saturday. Hi, this is Chris Stewart of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Listen to Alabama football on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Roll Tide.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky this afternoon. Still, temperatures should climb into the upper 80s. Some of us could even see the lower 90s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible through the heart of the afternoon, early into the evening. A couple of football games could get wet, maybe even have the occasional lightning delay. Temperatures drop into the upper 60s and lower 70s as we head into the overnight. Unfortunately, we're going to maintain a decently healthy opportunity for scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into the holiday weekend. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The best in local sports talk from the 256. We are local.
When you're number one, you don't have to worry.
We are award-winning. Thank you for listening. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You'll be set for life.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. Hey, I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live, here he is, the big dog, Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like Elle McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
This segment of the Thom Abraham Show is brought to you by BetUS.com. Back for their 28th year of NFL action with the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%. BetUS offers their members the chance to cash in on all your favorite sports. Sign up at BetUS.com. Use the promo code WZZN. That's WZZN. Use that promo code and take advantage of BetUS. Did you hear what I said, right? Biggest sign-up bonus, up to 200% in the sign-up bonus. Now, we're getting a ton of picks through the text window, and we're getting some calls to the text window. So, I want you to understand, I know this is the first week, really, of the full-blown Friday trifecta. But remember, when I get the phone lines opened up again, you can get in by calling, or you can text the text window. Don't call the text window. The text window is 732-982-7469. 732-982-7469. And you can get in all the way up to the games tomorrow. So it's not just during the show, but I will have the phone lines open again later on in the show. You can hear from some experts now on this thing, including one of the guys that I think is one of the best in the business for sure, Lee Sterling from ParamountSports.com, and he is in on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Lee, welcome back. How are you?
Couldn't be better. We're 17-4 since the start of the preseason, including 3-0 last night. So I couldn't feel any better in the world.
and how sharp are those numbers last night? I mean, you had Penn State covering by a half. You got Pitt covering by a half. I mean, goodness gracious almighty, they're right on the money.
That's why I stay away from a lot of those games. I'd rather have games like Missouri, which blew them out. I did get I haven't had one of these in a long time. I had Central Michigan down 51-15 in the third quarter, and they came back for the backdoor cover.
Yeah, well, speaking of backdoor covers too, that was the Central Michigan against Oklahoma State. So that's a great call in that one. And a lot of people liked Tennessee laying even 35.5 against Ball State, and they went out and just blew them off the face of the earth. I am always skeptical with those big lines because you worry about what might happen, like what happened with Oklahoma State.
Yeah, it looked great for about 3 quarters, but That's why they play 4 quarters, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Some big games, some big numbers coming up this weekend that have backdoor cover potential. Ohio State is laying 17. This is a 2v5 game, supposedly. Yep. Ohio State is laying 17.5 in some places. That's a key number against Notre Dame. We're using 17.5 in the Friday trifecta. What do you think about that game?
Well, were you a little surprised that Notre Dame was ranked number 5?
I was surprised they were ranked number 5. I was also surprised, though, they were a 17.5-point dog in this game.
I was a little bit, but then I looked closer into the game. Now, I think Marcus Freeman is great for the job. I think he's recruiting well, but he doesn't have enough talent there on hand. He doesn't have a quarterback. And how's their defense going to hold up against Ohio State, who has maybe, if not the best quarterback, the second best quarterback in the country, maybe the best receiver in the country, maybe 2 of the top 10 or 15 running backs. And here's a little-known fact. Jim Knowles, the new defensive coordinator for Ohio State, who I really like a lot, I just think that here's a guy he gets to coach against Notre Dame in the bowl game. Turn around. That's the first game. So back-to-back games.
Yeah.
He'll perfect what he does there. And how about this with Notre Dame? 0-6 the last 6 times they faced a top 10 opponent here. Woodshed game. Ohio State 48-20.
You know what? I hate to do this, but I'll take the Suckeyes.
All right, so he takes the Suckeyes on that one. All right, another big number. Georgia in Atlanta, about 50 miles from their campus, taking on Oregon, and this is 17.5.
Yeah, and this one, I think there's another couple great angles. So the 3 biggest storylines here to me are Oregon head coach Dan Lanning returns, faced the team where he was defensive coordinator for 3 years. So I think this familiarity can't be ignored. He knows the schemes and the personnel inside and out. He can probably tell you every operation every kid on the team's had. I think that's worth 4 to 7 points. And then Georgia loses 8 out of 11 starters on defense. I think their defense was great, and they've got some nice backups, but maybe only Alabama can reload like that in 1 year. And then Bo Nix, comes from Auburn. He's faced Georgia, not like he hasn't seen this defense. Played for 15 years, it seems like, at Auburn, and he has all 5 starting offensive linemen returning. And this is an offense that went into the horseshoe and beat Ohio State early last year. I don't think they're going to be intimidated. Grab all the points you can here. Stetson Bennett, that dream season only happens once. I don't think he can carry this team. Georgia wins 31-21, but Oregon covers.
All right, so he likes Oregon there. And that one. All right, this game we used it yesterday and beat the big dog. We're not using it in the Friday trifecta, but it's a fascinating game. I'm very excited about the Arkansas-Cincinnati game. Arkansas laying 6.5, somewhere in there at home against a Cincinnati team that's replacing a quarterback, that's replacing a running back. Arkansas, I really like their quarterback, and I really like Sam Pittman, who was on the show last week. What do you think? Arkansas minus 6.5 against Cincinnati.
I like Sam Pittman a lot, but let me tell you something. Luke Fickell might be as good or better. So, great game day coach here, and Arkansas, everything went pretty much right last year. KJ Jefferson, really good, but Treylon Burks is gone. I don't think they have a running back or receiver that scares me. Then on defense, only 4 starters return. I know they get linebacker Drew Sanders from Alabama, but even though Desmond Ridder leaves, I think Eastern Michigan transfer quarterback Ben Bryant's going to be fine. I've seen this kid play a bunch of times, and I think he has what it takes. They ran for 5.2 yards per carry last year. And what helps a new quarterback better than all 5 starting offensive linemen return? And in the first game of the year, how about this stat going back a decade? Teams that return all 5 offensive linemen the first game the next year, 26-7 against the spread. So it's a healthy stat here. And since he loves, under Fickell, to be a road underdog, 7-4 against the spread, wrong team favored. Cincinnati pulls the upset 28-25.
Wow. Okay. Yep. Where the heck did you get that stat with the all 5 linemen returning stat? I mean, that's
why all summer I watched 113 spring games. Played the only thing I did all summer, I think, was play golf. So
no pickleball? I mean, you are in Florida. You're supposed to be playing.
I have a basketball court, and actually I'm thinking about, so I'm relining, I'm thinking about doing the double lining where you have 2 different sports. So everyone's talking about pickleball. I used to play tennis, so why not? I think I might get into it.
A little ping pong on the lawn, I guess, or something. I don't know what that deal is. All right, this one is in our Beat the Big Dog. You're going to help somebody out with it. Florida State's played a game. It was against Duquesne, but they have played a game, and they had 3 100-yard rushers in that game. They're in New Orleans to take on LSU. First game out of the box for Brian Kelly, new quarterback. He doesn't want to tell us who it is. 3.5 points. LSU is the favorite. What do you think?
Did you know where Duquesne is? What city it's in? Pretty much
Duquesne.
Right last year. KJ Jefferson, really good, but I think now Collins is gone. Pittsburgh. I don't think they have a
It is Pittsburgh. Okay, I was going to say Pittsburgh. I was going to say Pittsburgh, and I didn't. So that's where
they're
Duquesne
a Division I basketball team. Honestly, I didn't know they had a football team. So
I coached a game there in Division III, not at Duquesne. It was at somebody else, but I remember seeing all the Duquesne side. I can't remember who it was. Oh, Carnegie Mellon is in Pittsburgh. That's what it is. I coached a game, St. John Fisher College.
Right. They are in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
At Carnegie Mellon, and there was Duquesne was right down the street. Okay, go ahead.
That where Rodney Dangerfield went to college?
Maybe.
Kidding.
Maybe no respect there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah. So here's a game where even though a team has got a game under their belt, and I think they're still in trouble. I think Mike Norvell's going to call some plays here, I'm hearing. The pressure's on them. They haven't been to a bowl in 5 years. I asked a friend who's going to a game. I said, what would make you want to go and back your team? He goes, I'm not going to back my team. He goes, I'm just going to a game that's going to have a full stadium. So thought that was cute. I do believe Jaden Daniels is going to start from the transfer from Arizona State for LSU. And I think he's going to have a short leash, and don't be surprised if Garrett Nussmeier gets in if he has a couple bad series. But I just think that LSU, I think the learning curve is going to be shorter than expected, and their athletes will make one or two big plays here. Florida State also 6-12 against the spread as a road dog. I like LSU Sunday night, 28-20.
28-20 for LSU. So crazy occasions.
Ed's at Miami now. He's there like every other day.
Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
Well, with his son. His son's a graduate assistant.
Oh, is okay. He's had history there. That's for sure. Okay.
And he used to coach here, and also brawl here too.
And probably do some illegal recruiting there. So that's just the way.
You never know.
Miami and it's Ed. All right. We are not using this game because these huge lines are scary. Utah State, what the hell were they doing losing by 14 to UConn, early in that game last week? Not an impressive victory, I didn't think. Maybe they were looking ahead. Maybe they want Bama. Bama's a 41.5-point favorite, though, tomorrow night in Tuscaloosa. Do they cover that big number?
How about this? The line open, I don't know if you realize this, 31. I can't remember we've seen with no major injuries, the line's gone up over 10 points. This is crazy. So I think they were sleepwalking, Utah State. Then they woke up. I think Logan Bonner, fine at quarterback. They got some guys to watch. They have some playmakers. So they got this running back. He's a spark plug, 5'8", 210, Calvin Tyler. They have a kid in the slots, number 22, a jitterbug, Robert Briggs, 5'7", 170. And then they got a Maryland transfer, number 8, Brian Cobb. So look out for those three guys. They can make some plays. And, with Alabama having Texas on deck, I think that they might pull their starters after three quarters if they're up 30, 35 points. And like I said, they're no pushover. Alabama, I grade them out as the best team in the country here on paper, man for man. But I think Blake Anderson does a good job, especially he's also 4-0 against the spread as a road dog. Bama wins 51-14. Utah State gets a backdoor cover.
I'm not really interested in any of your suggestions about.
Wow. I guess Saban doesn't agree with you there. I mean, he's not really interested in that. But, I tend to agree. I think they'll pull him maybe even earlier than that. I think if they were up 35 at the half, you're liable to see a big dumping of the bench. I think he wants to get a lot of guys in. And Utah State isn't one of those, isn't cupcakey. It's cupcake, but not a cupcake. It's not Mercer.
Right.
Game of the week. How did they get this Ole Miss versus Troy game? Ole Miss is minus 22.5. You got Joey Freshwater up there taking on these Troy Trojans. How did he get it?
Mm-hmm. They want to get it. I got a real strong opinion on this game. Just call 800-400-9741. Give you the game for free. What a start. We are 17-4 since the Hall of Fame game in NFL preseason. 5-0, including 3-0 in college football last night. You want to hop on board? 4 weeks. 4 weeks through September 30th, just $397. Also, I'm going to throw in baseball. We're over 35 games above 500. We haven't played a minus 150 or larger game in over 2 months, so we're mainly playing dogs. We average giving out 3 baseball games a week. I'm going to throw in baseball with it. You'll get the last month of the regular season, all the playoffs, including the World Series. Both these are combined over $1,000 value, $397, just one place. Don't wait too late, ParamountSports.com.
All right, man. Great stuff. And I look forward to all season long getting your opinion on these games. And you do a tremendous job, and we'll look forward to it all year long at ParamountSports.com. Thanks, Lee.
Thanks, Big Dog. Take care.
All right, let's get a break. And when we come back, we'll get another expert and his picks and his thoughts on this. Alan Bell from CBS Sportsline. We'll talk to him next right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Braves and Rockies tonight. Atlanta money line at -378. Colorado at +315. 8 the over-under. College football, top-ranked Alabama beginning the season at home Saturday night against Utah State. The Crimson Tide a 41.5-point home favorite. Elsewhere, Auburn hosting Mercer. Other big SEC games, third-ranked Georgia -17 against 11th-ranked Oregon in Atlanta, and 19th-ranked Arkansas -6.5 at home against 23rd-ranked Cincinnati. NFL underway in a week. The Falcons and Saints kicking off the season next Sunday afternoon in Atlanta. New Orleans -5.5 on the road, the over-under at 42.5. Red Hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwiners.com.
I'm Trey Westerberg, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
What can you expect when you shop for a firearm at Bullet & Barrel? Expect great prices. We specialize in quality over quantity. Expect great service. Our professional sales staff is never pushy. We won't talk you into something that doesn't fit your needs. You have the right to make a smart, informed decision. Expect Bullet & Barrel, Alabama's only 5-star indoor shooting range, to support you after the sale. Bullet & Barrel, 3252 Lehman Ferry Road. Like or follow us on Facebook. Come see us soon.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now, and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you, so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for a 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the tables. Sign up at BetUS.com or call 1-800-99-BET-US and get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.
Name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey Wes, our company Fleming Roofing and Restoration specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a 5th generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your Your shingles, we can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it or we can replace it.
Well, you guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10-plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com, or you can call or text them at 256-651-9440.
Hey, Wes, we show up.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of the Stanton Law Firm. Stan, I guess you are the Stanton in the law firm.
Yes, Wes, that's me, and we started the Stanton Law Firm so that myself and 4 other attorneys with me can help clients litigate, negotiate, and creatively solve legal and real estate problems.
Now, Stan, you grew up on a family farm in this area and have made a name closing on houses and land with your closing company, Jacob Title.
I grew up on a farm which used to be in the country. That, plus having closed on so many homes and farms, one of my colleagues started referring to me as a classic dirt lawyer. Now, I didn't know how to take that at first, that tag, but I realized that's exactly what I do and what I am.
Stan, I know the attorneys at Stanton Law Firm are regular listeners, and we plan to have you on periodically. You and I have seen have impacted this community.
Stay tuned, and you may hear about friends like Steve Booker, Clarence Johnson, Thomas Boyd, and even a few of those offensive line hogs like Hoss Johnson, and maybe you remember some other of those guys too.
I remember Clarence Johnson. He beat us one year. He was unbelievable.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
What's better than Valley Equipment Rental? 2 Valley Equipment Rentals, and that's just what we have now. The original on the South Memorial Parkway between Drake and Airport Road, and their second location on North Memorial Parkway just north of Winchester Road. Valley Equipment is locally owned and has more skid steers, excavators, and lifts than anyone in the area, plus all the small tools that you need to get the job done like a pro. And if you are a pro, you need to check out the new North location now because Valley Equipment has what you need. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed precision overhead garage door service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision overhead garage door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision overhead garage door service. Call 256-400-4500.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky this afternoon. Still, temperatures should climb into the upper 80s. Some of us could even see the lower 90s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible through the heart of the afternoon, early into the evening. A couple of football games could get wet, maybe even have the occasional lightning delay. Temperatures drop into the upper 60s and lower 70s as we head into the overnight. Unfortunately, we're going to maintain a decently healthy opportunity for scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into the holiday weekend. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide is 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Touchdown, Alabama! No look pass inside, but he got to go to the play.
Your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide is 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Football Friday, you know that means football music throughout the day. That sounds so good, doesn't it? Segment of the show is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford. At Woody Anderson Ford, you don't have to have a Ford to get service at Woody Anderson Ford. They can take care of whatever vehicle is that you have. When you pull into those service lanes over there, you're going to be stunned. You like the garage doors go up and you pull in and you're like, oh my God, I just drove into somebody's living room. That's how nice the service bays are at Woody Anderson Ford. And, they can take care of your vehicle. They do a tremendous job. Very knowledgeable. They'll keep you posted on what is going on. And don't forget about the certified gold pre-owned vehicles at Woody Anderson Ford as well. I bought 2 in the last year, and it was like buying brand new, except for the price was not like brand new. So it's tremendous. They got a great inventory. Go to WoodyAndersonFord.com and kind of follow along with their pre-owned inventory, and you'll see what you got. Go for the certified gold pre-owned. There's like certain rules. They have to have a certain low mileage and one owner and service there at Woody Anderson Ford. It's absolutely tremendous, and you're getting a good rig. All right, we will get the phone lines open up in a few minutes and get you back to the BetUS.com Friday trifecta. But let's give you another assist on this thing from Alan Bell, CBS Sports Line. He's on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. AB, welcome in. How are you?
Big dog, doing fantastic. And hey, apologies for last week. I got backed up very badly, and I realized I was like, oh man, I missed you guys. I hated it, but we are back today. Football's back. It's all.
That's all right. We won't send you a check for last week. That's all. There we go. Yeah, so your fee will be reduced by 1 week. But man, what? I was like by midnight last night. I was like, just calm down, everybody, calm down. I just was losing my mind. I can't believe the way these games were last night, especially the 2 feature games. Well, actually, not, the 2 feature games, certainly the backyard brawl, which needs to be played all the time. And then, the Purdue-Penn State game, the wild comeback, the backdoor cover, if you will, with was it Western Michigan against Oklahoma State. And then, and then Tennessee just covering a 35.5-point line like it was nothing against Ball State. But what a night.
Oh, it was unbelievable, man. And you're right. Like, that's what I love about, when we have games, the first week of the year where it's a rivalry game like the backyard brawl, which, side note, you're 100% correct. That game, it should be a federal law that game is played every year. It's awesome, right? 2 great fan bases, football crazy state, like it's just fantastic. And then you're right. I mean, Penn State, Purdue, and look, going into it, I kind of thought like when we were, just kind of going through games yesterday, leading up to it, I was like, man, Penn State, Purdue, probably going to be really low scoring, be great, but really low scoring. It turned out to be pretty high scoring for those 2 teams and a great football game. And you're right, man. Western Michigan, Oklahoma State. I mean, what did they score? Over 100 points last night? It was crazy. And I'll say this: if anybody out there is betting, Tennessee doesn't cover a lot of spreads. They did last night, but Tennessee has now outscored opponents since Josh Heupel arrived last year. They've outscored opponents 207 to 51 in the first quarter of games. It's insane how fast they start.
It was also insane how, Gus Johnson was able to stay so calm during that game. He didn't even get excited last night when Penn State scored the go-ahead touchdown. Touchdown, Penn State! Well, he sounded like a 16-year-old girl, but other than that, I'm not gonna get all jacked up about Tennessee beating Ball State by 49. But I thought it was interesting to be able to watch Pitt play and see what, Keaton Slovis looked like for them and the fact that they still have some pretty good tools out there. I think we're going to learn a hell of a lot more about both of those teams next week when Tennessee and Pitt get together. That's going to be really good up there at Pitt Stadium or whatever they call it now. The Heinz, don't call me Heinz Field or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think you're right. And, I mean, there really wasn't much to take away from Tennessee at all. The one thing that I would take away is that, Heupel and Hendon Hooker both look like they did last year in terms of calling plays, in terms of quarterback. Other than that, to be honest with you, I was kind of disappointed in Tennessee's defense. Like, their defensive line really didn't get much rush at all, and it is going to be a much bigger difference. You're right, coming to this week, when they play Pitt. And, Hendon Hooker really didn't have any, trouble or rush that he had to deal with. Buddy, Pitt's defense is better than people give it credit for. He's going to be under a whole lot more pressure this week. Yeah, I'm fascinated to see that game. 2 teams that aren't great, but they're not bad. They're good bowl teams, right? Like, I think they're pretty evenly matched. Yeah, I'm fascinated to see that.
Do you know what the look ahead is for that? Have you seen anything yet? I mean, is that 2.5, 3-point favorite for Pitt, or is it a pick 'em, or have you had any idea?
Yet.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen yet. It should come out today, though.
I know that the over the summer look ahead was like 2.5, 3. So it'd be interesting to see now that they both played a game, what it looks like. And how sharp were the numbers last night? I mean, my God, in those 2 games that we were talking about, the Penn State-Purdue game was 3.5. I had Purdue getting 3.5 at home. They get beat by 4. And then it was 7.5 in the Pitt West Virginia game. That game ends up on 7. I mean, right out of the gate, those guys came out with sharp numbers.
They really did. And we can take it one step further. In what would have been, like, if me and you sat down, 2 months ago and tried to come up with a total for Tennessee and Ball State. I mean, just pick a number, right? Right. Who knows? That Ball State meaningless field goal with 2 minutes left drove it from the under to the over. So yeah, I mean, the bookmakers were on their game last night, both spreads and totals.
All right. So let's take a look at the games that we have for our listeners so that you can give them a little bit of an assist, and I'll let you make the picks. We'll start with the game that'll be played at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Georgia playing just about 50 miles or so from Athens, taking on Oregon. Oregon is getting 17.5 points. They come in there with Bo Nix. They come in there with Dan Lanning. They got some guys that got some SEC knowledge. They come in there with a veteran offensive line. 17.5. What do you think?
So, okay, in games like this, normally, if you're giving me 17.5, right, like going over that key number of 17, I would generally take the underdog. But I don't know how many points Oregon's going to score, and I don't think it's going to be that many. Now, I don't think Georgia's offense is going to come out, and put up 55, on its own. I think there's going to be a lot of, just kind of relationship building. Just, it's going to look kind of like a new offense a little bit. In a sense, but I'll give me Georgia 17.5 because, quite frankly, I just don't know how much Oregon's going to be in this game. And it kind of stinks that, like, when you have, like, a neutral site, like, quote-unquote game, but it's playing against Georgia in Atlanta, like, that ain't a neutral site, son. We'll set the over-under on Oregon fans at, like, 9.
They want to spread you out and still pound you.
All right, so you got Georgia on that one. All right, how about Notre Dame also getting 17.5 at Ohio State? I thought they were the number 5 team in the country. What's up with that?
Right. I'll take Notre Dame in this one. Ohio State's going to win the game. Ohio State's a much better team. But you got a new head coach in Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame who played at Ohio State. He understands Ohio State. And I think he understands what they have to do. Is really you got to get the ball out of their hands offensively, right? So you're going to have to run some clock. You're going to use your punting game. You're going to use special teams. You're going to use field position, and just kind of slow the thing down. And what we've seen out of Ohio State, even last year, I've done a lot of Ohio State games early, and came up done because their offense takes a little while to kind of get fully formed. And
we've seen them struggle early in the year. Over the years, we've seen them struggle. We saw them get dumped by Oregon. We've seen them struggle early on.
100%, yeah. So I'm kind of banking on that. And when you're looking at 17.5, again, excuse me. I mean, now you need 3 touchdowns. Theoretically, to win that one. Like one drive that you have that you don't punch one in. Like that's the difference. So Ohio State wins the game. I'll take Notre Dame to cover it.
All right, we got you down for Notre Dame. Utah is giving 2.5 in the swamp. So Utah comes out of the mountains of Utah to the swamp of Gainesville, and they are a 2.5-point favorite. What do we say here?
Yeah, I got bad news for Billy Napier. Look, I think he's going to do a great job, but this is a brutal first game to have. Utah, this is the worst kind of team that you want to play against when you're coaching your first game with a new team because they don't make mistakes because they just pound it. Like it looks like Derrick Henry at Alabama, right? They just keep coming at you. They play physical football, physical defense. It's the minute you step on the field, you're in a fight. You are going to be in a fight, and you better be ready because they don't care if you're ready or not. And you're giving me a low number at 2.5, so meaning a field goal wins it for us. Yeah, I'll take Utah on this one.
What is a Ute? Yeah, we don't know what a Ute is, but that's what they are. All right, and then finally, our bonus game is Florida State, who's played a game, getting 3.5 in New Orleans against LSU. What do you think?
I think this is going to be a pretty good game. I think both of these teams are kind of similar, right? Like they've got talent. We just don't know if the coaches know really how to use it, right? Normally, when we've got a new head coach, not saying fade them, but, it takes time to understand your team, to understand the too deep, and the players that you have. That being said, look, and I like Les Miles, and I like Ed Orgeron. LSU actually has a real football coach and not a cartoon character over there. Brian Kelly, not only does he win everywhere he goes, he's the winningest coach at Notre Dame. He's the winningest coach at Cincinnati. I think his presence alone and just having just consistency in that locker room is going to be a big help for them. Give me LSU. I'll take them 3.5. I'm not saying it's going to be a big blowout or anything like that. It could be. But I think LSU gets the job done. I'll take them there. And one is essentially a home game for them as well.
It's Brian Kelly's new Southern accent. I don't know if you heard it. He's got a new...
It was the
Brian
first
Kelly.
time he pulled that out. Yeah. The first time I heard that, I was like, he did
Brian
not
Kelly's
do
new
that.
Southern
Like, he
accent. I don't know if you heard it. He's got a new... The funny thing is, what we've been using for Florida State picks.
If we gonna do it, then we do it big. Then.
And I'm not sure which is more understandable. That's what they are. I can't tell you. I don't know what either one was saying. Our bonus game is
Coach Gridford and we're I think it's going to be a pretty good
tremendous
game.
stuff. All right, we're gonna listen.
Similar,
I'm
right?
putting you down.
They've got
We're
talent.
gonna kind of keep track a little bit.
Orleans
See how you
against
do.
LSU.
These are tough to
You
pick
know,
these
I think
games.
it's
Let's
gonna
just
be
see
a
how you
pretty
do.
good game.
All right, man. Check them out. CBS Sportsline is where he is at, doing all kinds of other stuff as well. Alan Bell Jr. has been our guest. AB, I appreciate you.
You know, I think it's going to be a pretty good game. I think those teams are kind of similar, right?
Grizz, I think we ought to do that. I mean, I think Bell took Georgia, Sterling took Oregon, Bell took Notre Dame, Sterling took Ohio State. They both took LSU. I'm going to text Sterling and see what he likes in the Utah Florida game. But what do you think? Should we kind of follow these two guys? I got them on the sheet. Should we follow these two guys and just to see how they do?
I think we should the whole year to keep the overall records and everything. I'm already 0-1 and beat the big dog, so I'm keeping my record up. I think I was only like 7 or 8 games up last year, so I was trying to as much as possible, but I kind of forgot halfway through. So, but yeah, I'm 0-1 right now, but times will change.
Well, let's keep them on this on the Friday trifecta. We'll keep it straight. All right, we'll get a break in here. We'll come back. Now we are open lines straight to the top of the hour. So we rocketed through those. I do have a little bit of Nick Saban from last night. Nick Saban doing what Nick Saban does at the beginning of every time they play their first cupcake of the year. And I hate calling Utah State a cupcake. Because they're not a cupcake. They're like a cookie or something. You know what I mean? They're not quite a cupcake. But Nick Saban got loose doing what he always does, though, telling the fans what they're supposed to do for these games. You'll hear that next right here. And your phone calls, 256-576-4977 on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Football coach and not a cartoon character over there. Brian Kelly, not only does he win the winningest coach in Notre Dame, he's the winningest coach
You're
in
listening to the Tom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Consistency in that locker room is going to be a big help for them.
What's better than Valley Equipment Rental? 2 Valley Equipment Rentals, and that's just what we have now. The original on the South Memorial Parkway between Drake and Airport Road, and their second location on North Memorial Parkway just north of Winchester Road. Valley Equipment is locally owned and has more skid steers, excavators, and lifts than anyone in the area, plus all the small tools that you need to get the job done like a pro. And if you are a pro, you need to check out the new North location now because Valley Equipment has what you need. Learn more at ValleyEquipmentRents.com.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm in the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Kerry Rosenblum here with Rosenblum Realty, and we appreciate our MA family. Football season is back again, and we're here for your real estate needs. We've been also doing rental properties for many years. You may have a home that you need to lease out. You don't need the headaches. You need somebody to take care of it, make sure the repairs are done, keep the rent coming in, and screen the tenants. We can do all that for you at Rosenblum Realty, where we do property management services, or you can find a good home to rent as well. Call us at 256-539-9501. Put our years of experience to work for you.
Are you in the market for a recreational vehicle? Do you want to get out and see more of this beautiful country? Well, imagine hearing the laughter of your little ones enjoying gooey s'mores by a cozy campfire and making lasting memories with your friends and family From the comfort of a new camper, we can make your dreams come true at Hall's RV. With over 15 years in the camping business, we know how to get our customers into the perfect camper. We have several models and floor plans here for you to choose from, both new and used. We're family-owned and operated with fantastic deals and great service. Everyone wants to work with people they can trust, so come on down to Hall's RV and get the deal of a lifetime. We'll treat you right and get you on the road in the camper of your dreams. Visit us on Highway 431 in Albertville. Hall's RVs, where we sell fun. Or see us on the web at www.hallsrvsales.com.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida. From first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
The Huntsville Sports Commission, a not-for-profit organization, is driven by the love of sports. And we're excited to announce several events already planned for this fall, including the Gulf South Conference Soccer Championship, the ABCA Fall Collegiate Beach Championships, the NCAA Division I Regional Cross Country Championship, and the Running Lane Cross Country Championships.
For the love of sports.
The Huntsville Sports Commission. Find out more at huntsvillesports.org.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Waiting was such a mistake. That's one of the things we hear most after we've successfully treated one of our patients for erectile dysfunction. At the Huntsville Men's Clinic, we want you to know first and foremost that waiting is a mistake, because the longer you wait, the more difficult it can be to treat your ED. Using what you've got is important, not just for your relationship, but for your overall health. There's some truth to the phrase, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. At the Huntsville Men's Clinic, we'll fight for your ability to consistently perform without the anxiety that so many men experience. In fact, you might even find you performing like you haven't in a long time. We only treat ED and low T at the Huntsville Men's Clinic, and we've successfully treated many men with protocols that are effective in nearly 90% of cases. We also have a full complement of treatments, including acoustic wave therapy, so you get the one that works best for you. So don't wait. Make an appointment. For just $99, you'll get a medical consultation, blood work, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call today, 256-368-0333. That's 256-368-0333, or go to HuntsvilleMen'sClinic.com.
We've got a new head coach. From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky this afternoon. Still, temperatures should climb into the upper 80s. Some of us could even see the lower 90s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible through the heart of the afternoon, early into the evening. A couple of football games could get wet, maybe even have the occasional lightning delay. Temperatures drop into the upper 60s and lower 70s as we head into the overnight. Unfortunately, we're going to maintain a decently healthy opportunity for scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into the holiday weekend. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Listen to Randolph Raider football all season long.
Does he cross the line? He does! Touchdown, Randolph!
Nice drive. Really well done.
On 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
To you by our good friends at North Alabama Mortgage. For all your mortgage needs, it's North Alabama Mortgage, whether it's a refi or a new purchase. If you're thinking about purchasing a new home, you want to make sure that you are pre-approved, not pre-qualified, pre-approved with North Alabama Mortgage, so that when you make your offer, you're ready to close. You tell them that. Say, look, I'm ready to go. Oh, did you get pre-qualified? No, I got pre-approved. I'm ready to close. As soon as you're ready, I'm ready. All right? That makes your offer that much more attractive.
They'll also help you with their refi if you want to do that. You got a lot of value in your house probably. And you could do like what I did. You lock in a good rate. You do a refi, pull some of that cash out, get some of the things that you need to get done. It doesn't matter. It could be, it could be for wedding expenses. It could be for graduation. It could be for education expense. Well, that's right. They're getting rid of all of you don't owe anything anymore on your student loans. I forgot about that. But whatever. Okay, it could be to do a kitchen like somebody I know, or buy a piece of property like somebody I know. NorthAlabamaMortgage.com is where you learn everything. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com. All right, we've got our BetUS.com Friday trifecta for you. You can call in now till the top of the hour. You got a few minutes to get in. 256-576-4977. We announced earlier, of course, every week's winner will get Champy's Chicken. If we don't have anybody win the tiebreaker, what happens then is we roll over the chicken to the next week. So now it's $50. And then the next week is $75, whatever. It's unlikely that it'll happen because we've got a number of picks that are coming in, not only on the air, but also online. Having said that, you can also gain points towards the Grand Trifecta prize. The Grand Trifecta prize will be the VIP experience at the Music City Bowl coming up on December 31st, New Year's Eve, 11 o'clock in the morning, down in up in Nashville, is where you can take advantage of that. It's the VIP experience. It's really nice. Okay? And that is for our grand prize. Wow, let's go to the lines. Dale is up next. Dale, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, doing good, buddy. Yeah, everybody needs to do that, man. I come so close last year to winning the grand prize, but I won a bunch of times last year. Champy's Chicken is pretty good, so I mean it's really good. It's not pretty good. It's really good.
Yeah, no, Champy's is great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I won. I don't know, a couple times on that, and I beat you once or twice. I know I beat you once. We got the Tennessee-Purdue game. I know that. But anyway, I just want to get in my picks right quick so somebody else can get in here. I don't want to talk a bunch of crap. But I do want to ask you one thing, though.
Yeah.
I think JT Daniels played pretty good last night for West Virginia. If his receivers could catch the freaking football, they'd have won the ball game.
He looked good, and he's a little bit snake bit, but he did not look bad. He looked like he's right where he needs to be. But the Slovis kid looked good for Pitt, too.
Yeah, he looked good, but, I mean, in the first half, he was throwing passes that have been 20-yard gains. The guys just drop them like this on fire or something.
All right.
Okay,
Oregon gets 17.5 in Atlanta against Georgia. What do you think?
What did you guys say? Will you tell me what your experts said?
Yeah, one said Georgia, one said Oregon. So they didn't help us.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take Oregon.
Notre Dame gets 17.5 at Ohio State. One said Ohio State, one said Notre Dame.
I'm going to take the Suckeyes.
You know what? I hate to do this, but I'll take the Suckeyes.
Yeah,
That'll live on.
I said that for Wolverine Dan.
That'll live on forever. Everybody's calling them the Suckeyes now.
Yeah, I said that for Wolverine Dan.
Utah is minus 2.5 against Florida in Gainesville. Minus 2.5.
I'm taking the Utah. Utah's a good team. People don't give them no respect, but they're really good.
What is a Ute?
Yeah, they're good. I'm pulling for Florida because, SEC honk. And
I know, but still.
Yeah. And our bonus, FSU, Florida State, gets 3.5 in New Orleans against LSU.
Well, I'm taking LSU. That's my son's favorite team. I got to go with them or kill them.
That's Brian Kelly with his new accent. So
I'm telling you, everybody thinks they're going to have a bad year. I think they're my sleeper team. I think Brian Kelly's a good coach. It wouldn't shock me if they went up there, around 9 wins. I mean, I told you that last time I talked to you, I think.
Well, I would think I could see 8 or 9 wins, but I think his ceiling. I don't think he's going to win a national championship there. I don't think he's going to do what Les Miles or Orgeron did and win a national championship.
You don't think so?
Nope.
I mean, he's been there. He took Notre Dame. Well, man, Notre Dame don't never play nobody, so you got to mark that out. That's right.
Yeah.
But, you got to figure out the quarterback situation first and then go from there. Because they got talent, but you got to figure out the
You're going to see 2 of them on Sunday night. I think you'll see 2. Thanks for the call, Dale. That's a good job by you. Let me get one more in here. Roy is up next. Roy, welcome to the show. How are you?
Doing good, bud. How are you?
I am fantastic. Is this the first time you've been in, Roy?
This is it, bud.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, I got a guy in the closet. Yeah, there we go. He's over there in the closet.
Hey, do that Ric Flair thing again.
All right.
There you go.
There you go. All right. So who do you squeeze for, Roy?
Bama.
So you're Bama Roy now.
Roll
now you're going to be.
brother.
Yeah, you're going to be Bama Roy. So we know, because there's a lot of Roys call the show, but we won't know. Now we know Bama Roy.
There you go. I'll take that.
All right. You want to get a piece of this trifecta?
Yes, sir, I do.
Oregon gets 17.5.
Give me Georgia.
They want to spread you out and still pound you.
Notre Dame gets 17.5 against Ohio State.
I think I'll take Notre Dame in that one, bud.
Utah is a 2.5-point favorite at Florida. So Florida gets 2.5 at home.
I hate to go against the SEC, but I just think Utah's going to come out there and prove something.
What is a Ute? I'm not going against the SEC on any game. I just can't. I got to pull for the SEC in every single game.
I like to, but
you want to win the chicken. Yeah, if you want to win the chicken, maybe Utah's the right pick. And Florida State gets 3.5 at LSU.
I think I'm going to go with LSU.
That's Brian Kelly. I don't know if you knew that or not, but he's got a new accent since he come down. So. All right, Roy, we got you in.
All right, thank you, sir.
So Nick Saban wants you to come to this game no matter what.
If you want to be fans, you need to support the team. You need to be in. You need to have energy and enthusiasm. Support the players; they work hard. You go to the game. You're not always disappointed because you have this great expectation that we're going to win the game 50-0. Hey, these are young players who are working hard to try to be the best they can be. They need to be supported. They need your energy and enthusiasm. That helps them maintain their kind of motivation. That's going to help them, no matter where we are, get better for the future. And so I encourage everybody to be positive and, create a legacy for what we want to do this season. And you contribute to it in a positive way. All right, not in what I read these guys write all the time, all right, about, all right, how can Alabama run the table? I mean, well, can't you figure out something better to do than that? I mean, come on. We got to play one game at a time. All right, so how can Alabama lose to this team? How can this team beat Alabama 3 months from now? Who gives a I mean, how about this game? How about the church of what's happening now? Like now. Can we focus on what's happening now? How come no one's interested in that? Why do we have to go all the way? Anyway.
Because you're playing Utah State. And people are paying a lot of money to go to the game. And they're paying a lot of money to park. And they're paying a lot of money to put gas in their tank to drive to the game. And it's Utah State. God, I love Saban. I love him, but he sings the same. You know what? Don't chastise the fan because they might not want to show up and be super enthusiastic about the Utah State game. Come on. And it's even worse on the other side of the state. Mercer. Brian Harsin would be like, come on, man. You got to come to the game. You got to support the team and be positive. It's Mercer. Stop doing this to us. Stop bringing in Mercer. Stop bringing in Ball State. Stop bringing in Utah State. Stop bringing in New Mexico State. Stop bringing in Western Kentucky. Stop bringing in Vanderbilt. Oh, wait a minute. That's an SEC team. Stop it. Stop bringing in Louisiana Monroe. Oh, they did. Well, they beat you once. You understand the point, though. And stop bringing in Austin Peay.
Bring back Southern Miss.
Austin Peay.
Bring back the Southern Miss game.
Even Southern. I mean, the Southern Miss game was semi when they were Look, we need 9 league games. 10 would be fine. I'd be fine with 10, especially when we go to 16 teams. Bring in 10. I mean, that's the way we need to roll in this league. Get Texas next week. But, I mean, why not play? Okay, under this scenario, why not play 2 non-conference? Why is it 1 a year? At least for Alabama. 1 a year. I mean, at least, Georgia plays like Oregon and Georgia Tech. At least they're legit Power 5 conference teams. I mean, Florida's playing Utah and Florida State. They're legit Power 5 teams. And look, Nick Saban has railed against this schedule. Or he's railed against, people don't want to come to these games. He's railed against the, the fact that there is only 8 conference games and not 9 conference games. So go play a better game. Play Texas and Miami. Play 2. Just because you don't have a 9-game league schedule doesn't mean that you got to play 3 cupcakes. All right, that's going to do it for me. We are off on Monday. John Samuel Schenker will join us on Tuesday next week, as will Tom Luganbill. So we'll have all of that coverage for you. Coming up next is the Chuck Oliver Show. Don't forget tonight, all kinds of high school football here on the air and on Zone 2 and Zone 3 and the Woody Anderson Ford North Alabama Scoreboard Show. Right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading the